But I'm talking like the big trip. The big trip after Corona is safe and we're all vaccinated and just titties out. New Orleans.
Oh my God, I can't wait to get my titties out.
I can't wait. Nipples everywhere.
All over the place.
Everywhere.
I can feel them all around me.
Not again.
That song is now about titties. It's not about Jesus anymore.
God.
It's just about titties. Well, if we add Jesus's titties into this, those are always around us.
Right.
It's not about what I would do for Jesus. It's about what I would do to Jesus.
Here so much.
And on that note, it is time for our new episode here on a Wednesday.
Hey. It's Wednesday.
We've got some updates. We've got some. I've just remembered that we have some YouTube comments to read.
Yeah, we love.
Okay, let's get into it.
We love comments. We love reviews. We love thumbs up. We love little stars on iTunes and Google Podcasts and iHeartRadio and
whatever you're listening to us on. Leave us a comment or a like or whatever the fuck whatever the platform is you choose.
Please go on iTunes, especially, and give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
That really helps a lot.
Just download iTunes real quick if you don't have it and give us that 5-star rating. Just do us that favor. Check out our Twitter. It's ESH Podcast. We've been revamping all of our social media. We're working on Twitter at the moment, and then we'll try to get the Instagram popping at some point. But Sam's put a lot of work into making some new clips. So not only are we gonna have some new things going on Twitter, but she already has one out right now. It's really cool. It's these new video clips that'll be coming out that'll kind of showcase little segments of the podcast that we think are funny or she thinks it's funny or whatever. So if you're not following Twitter, go do that at ESH Podcast and let us know what you think of the new style of clip. I think it's really cool. I think
it looks slick.
It looks very slick, and you can even see our faces on it. If you were ever curious what we looked like, you can see our faces. So that's the thing. And if you have stories, hit us up at contact@everyonesuckshere.com. And if you have comments like the ones we're about to read, you can leave comments on our YouTube if you check that out. So these comments come from.
I'm excited.
They come from the minisode. No, they can't. Did I put episode 26? That's a minisode, I think. Yeah, I mistitled that, but yeah, that's minisode 26. I'll have to fix that later on YouTube. This was the one from How Can I Make This Gay Incest About Me?
Oh my God, what a nightmare.
So Sparkwolf says, I thought I wasn't going to go on a roller coaster anytime soon due to the pandemic, but here we are. I don't know if I enjoyed that ride, but it sure was an experience.
And you know what? That's what we aim to accomplish here at the Everyone Sucks Here podcast.
And then Bonnie's got some for us, and he says, wow, I got nothing. I feel I can add to that story to So here's some working titles for Sushie's sitcom.
Okay.
And they are Adventures in the Weird Apple, East by Northwest.
Oh, God.
And, hey, I'm walking among the redwoods here.
Good job, Bonnie. I dig it. It's a working title. We're working on it.
So, if you guys didn't know, Sushie's going to be in a sitcom all about her moving from the East Coast New York lifestyle to the Pacific Northwest and experiencing what grass is and trees.
We really need that SoundCloud rapper to come through and make us a theme song for Sushi.
Yeah.
Remember, we need a mix of The Nanny and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that's exactly what it needs to be. Absolutely.
And it has to have lyrics. I'm sorry.
No, it definitely has to have lyrics.
100%.
Duh.
I'd get my dad on it, but we know how that would turn out. It would just be, you say you don't know what really means, fuck you.
No, I need an upbeat, funny, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air / The Nanny intro.
You say you don't know what I really mean, sushi.
Oh my God, is that Blink-182 I hear?
I would love to see that sitcom.
It'd be one of those sitcoms that would be like, it would be short lived because it would have a really good first season and then just wouldn't get picked up again. You know, it'd be one of those things like, and everyone would be complaining about like, why didn't that get a second season?
And we'd have to get a
good.
Kickstarter for Sushi to return.
Exactly. But she'd return like a new network and we'd be like, oh, was it as good on ABC as it was on NBC? You know, like we had that whole
right.
Like, so
let's be honest. I'll be lucky if I got on Spike. You know?
I forgot about Spike.
Wait, what's that other one? Quibi?
Vice.
Quibi's gone.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, Sushi.
Quibi went bankrupt.
God damn it.
They put all that money into advertising.
Is Vice still a thing? Is Vice still a channel?
I think Vice is still a channel.
I think it is, yeah.
Now, you'd have to aim for some like TMC or TCM, Turner Classic Movies, yeah.
Turner Classic Movies?
That's
I don't
a channel,
think
but
they're going to pick me up.
I'm saying, why would they take her? God,
Because
she needs to be on TLC.
I mean,
yeah, TLC might.
Now, here's the thing. We also know that once the show is finished and it goes into syndication, you know TBS is going to pick that shit up. And they're going to play it every fucking day on repeat.
That's right.
Like, they'll play
and then I get the residuals, and then we're rich.
They'll play it 2 PM and 2 AM, and it'll be fucking followed by. It's gonna be.
Two very different demographics, but it makes sense.
But that's what TBS does.
Yep.
What's that show with Mike O'Malley that he was on? Like he lived in his brother-in-law's backyard.
Oh my
with his
God.
wife.
It was on CBS, and I can't remember it now, but I know what you're talking about.
So Mike O'Malley, yes, the Mike O'Malley from Nickelodeon's Guts. Do you have him? Guts?
Doesn't he have like OCD or something?
No, that's Mark
that guy?
Summers.
That's Mark Summers.
Oh, that's the slime guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the crazy thing is he's got incredibly bad OCD. Yet he still let them slime him because he was all about putting on that show for those kids.
What a true hero.
What was that Mike O'Malley show? It was like
I literally can't remember now. I can see the intro though, where they go to the beach and they trip over all the kids' toys.
Yeah, but basically they showed that show on fucking TBS. Oh, yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
It was literally like it's like him and his like wife live in like their brother and sister's backyard or some shit.
So they lived in the like what is it called, the mother-in-law suite, basically. So it was they were sisters.
Yeah, they were sisters. Yeah.
And then Mike O'Malley was married to the sister, and they lived with their 2 boys in the mother-in-law suite, and then the other one, they had just had a baby, and they lived in the big part of the house.
And like the guy who owned the house was kind of a dweeb, but like that's where your show would be. It'd be like right after that. It'd be sandwiched in between that. I know it'd be sandwiched in between that and the Drew Carey show on TBS. And I say that because I remember very specifically like 2006, I was living in Pittsburgh, and I think I've seen every fucking episode of Yes, Dear. Because I had nothing else to watch because we didn't have cable at the time, but for some reason TBS is the only channel that came in. So all I ever had to watch was that and Captain Ron.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that now it could be somebody else could be living my life in the future, but just watching fucking Sushi's Manhattan Experiment or whatever.
Yeah.
Manhattan Experiment.
Is this is this going to be like a sitcom with a laugh track or a reality show? Because both I think I can excel at.
That's a tough one. I kind of like the laugh track idea. I'm feeling for especially for that TBS core audience. I'm kind of feeling the laugh track.
Ooh, what if it was more like the Office, where she was looking at the camera every once in a while?
But she's the only character that does it.
Yeah,
I break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
So it's not quite The Office. Instead, it's fucking Saved by the Bell. She's just Zach Morris.
I'm Zach. Okay.
Instead of going like timeout, she's like cut it, and that's her thing.
Oh my God, I need a catchphrase.
Yeah. Cut it, and then she goes into the camera,
out.
And she's like, "Man, can you believe these jokers over here? I'm just trying to walk in the redwoods."
Christ, is that what I sound like? Jesus.
See,
I'm trying to look at the mountain up there. I hear they filmed The Shining up there.
What I think would be awesome is just to sit in a car with Sushi and you know how we
just period. That's it.
Yeah, but
That's it.
You know
Just in the car. No one is allowed to speak.
But do you know how absolutely?
Windows up.
Do you know how absolutely insane? Like when some bullshit happens on the road and we just go off and in sync. Imagine if
I
all
would lose my mind.
three of us were fucking going at the same time. Can you imagine?
When the day comes that you're able to visit, we're just gonna take a day trip, and we're not gonna go anywhere. We're just gonna drive and just yell at people. And we'll make sure that the camera is rolling on our fucking footage here.
Oh, I'll keep Portland weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it weird, all right.
Cut it.
Cut it. You gotta cut it.
Oh my god, this is perfect. I feel like I've already got like this special effect in my head that I want to see if I can do now, where like Sushie says cut it, and the screen splits and then separates, and it's the same screen under it, but everybody's paused, but she's not. So then she walks back up, and then when she starts, it just resumes again. But the cut it, it's like she does the cut it motion, the screen gets a diagonal line through it, splits it, opens up, and then she's there, and she's like, look at this. What are these jokers doing?
You just need another excuse for the fucking rotoscoping.
You just want an excuse to practice your video editing.
I realized when I looked through my videos on my laptop and shit, like in my Google Drive, how many times I've learned a new skill specifically to make like a 7-second meme video for my own entertainment. Not even showing anybody. It's something that I look at and I laugh and I go, I'm hilarious. And then I just put it away later on.
That's the funniest part. You like spend hours and hours and hours or like teaching yourself one stupid skill you're never gonna use again to make yourself laugh.
Yeah, and it's just for this dumb little joke. I'm like, yeah, I recreated a fucking 5 seconds of shouts music video. What about it?
Have you ever? So I showed you my redacted commercial, my MeUndies commercial, right?
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was
Did
funny.
you see his fucking commercial when he reenacted every single part?
Maybe? I know I've seen yours.
This motherfucker
So I had
reenacted the whole thing, word for word, position for position.
I had my own MeUndies commercial that I did, like that was my own thing where I bought tearaway pants and everything. So that was I think we've talked about that on the podcast before, actually, because I feel like I'm having deja vu. But for hers,
You
as
ever
a
just
joke,
buy tearaway pants?
I literally, because she was wearing like a mind controller shirt, so what I did was like I printed up I wore a black t-shirt and I printed up a black mind controllers thing on a piece of paper and taped it to my shirt.
Oh my God.
I still have it over there. And then like I repeated everything that she said as she said it. So when she says like, my name is Sam J, I said, my name is AJ. Like I said.
That you with the mind controllers like shirt on was like your profile picture for like a year.
Like, yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was like you were the
When I think
biggest
of
fan.
AJ's profile picture, I just see like a red leather jacket and like a man crop top. That's that's what I think of when I think of AJ, just like belly button out.
That's my Instagram one, actually.
Oh my fucking
I'm pretty sure that's my Instagram. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Well,
Maybe one day you'll bring out that leather jacket again.
if I bring it on the podcast, they'll just hear every movement of it. Though.
Yeah.
That's very
They'll hear the tassels and they'll hear the
Very
fucking like
loud.
leather, like all of it. You need to bring it out.
I don't want to bring it out.
It'll actually fit you. I'm like fucking stuck in it.
You do this shit to yourself.
And oh
But
my
it's
god,
for the labs.
do I bring the jacket to New Orleans?
Yeah. Oh. Duh.
I'd fit right in.
Yes.
Yeah. I wear it on a ghost tour and they're like, what's that noise? I'm like, it's just me.
Did you? Yeah, it was fucking AJ.
I mean, if you turn to the
Is that
side, you
Bloody
kind of,
Mary? No, it's AJ.
when you turn to the side, you kind of disappear anyway.
Wow. Like, I think I hear a ghost.
God, why is
I
that?
hear that creaking upstairs. No, it's AJ's pleather jacket.
God, why is that ghost so slurpy?
Are those footsteps?
But you have to wear a
Those are
crop top
tassels.
with it, though. You
He
have
doesn't
to.
wear any shirt. He wears just the jacket,
Yeah, I just wear the jacket.
like nipples out and everything.
I don't wear a shirt.
Oh my
under
god.
them. So, okay, quick little story.
Didn't you cover your nipples at some point?
At one point with cowboy emojis. But,
Oh, yeah.
because I had cowboy emoji stickers. But, there is a reason that the no shirt thing happened, right? So this is a jacket. It's called Hot Leathers, right? Mm-hmm. The reason that happened was I bought this jacket as a joke at a gas station truck stop place in the middle of nowhere. It was like over $100, and I gave them a $20 bill for it. I literally told the guy I was like, listen, nobody's ever gonna buy this. I was like, I got $20 on me. I'm going to this convention up north. I'm working there. But listen, all I got cash on me right now is this. And he's like, you know what? Fine. And he just sold it to me for $20.
What is wrong with you?
So
what is the story?
It's over $100 jacket, believe it or not. Yeah, it's
from a gas station.
Yeah, but it's Hot Leathers. Look them up. All right, they're real. So
okay. But I'm with you.
In the it's bright red, but in the inside it had this weird lining on it, and like you could actually unzip the lining, and so at one point I was wearing it, and that red lining, like I was wearing a white shirt under it, it like stained my fucking shirt like completely red. So I took the lining out. But I was afraid that it was gonna like ruin any of my clothes, so I just wore it without the shirt on. And then that's how it became like the stupid meme, was because of like I didn't want my clothes to get stained, and I'd rather my skin get stained instead. I don't know where the logic was now.
This is a solution that only a man can come up with.
Yeah. This jacket stains my white t-shirts. Instead of wearing a dark shirt, I'm just gonna go fucking naked. Like that's. Maybe women would have an easier time if they just thought like that. You're right. Silly me for thinking, maybe I should go gray or darker. You know?
No, but it would dye anything. Like you want to dye, you would dye your gray shirt fucking dark red at that point.
But you wouldn't be able to
what
see
if you wore a black shirt?
Well, I mean, it's just the actual ultimate solution was to just take the liner out, which is what I did. Like it was just the liner that was doing it, not the actual like. Hot Leathers. And now I don't know where the liner's at.
This entire story.
Because you could actually wear the liner like a little vest. It kind of made you look like fucking Aladdin from the Disney's fucking Aladdin. Like,
you better fucking find this liner.
And of course, you didn't wear it with a shirt.
Sadly, I don't have the liner anymore because I know that one of my roommates stole it from me because he used to wear it all the time as a joke. So when I moved to Florida.
As a joke, aka it was his favorite fucking
His fucking
clothing item.
Wears it to this day.
Yeah. He wears it in his house like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. You know?
Just the liner of a jacket.
Was he Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
I can show you the world. Like that's his whole, like he's a stripper and that's his whole shtick.
Boots and cats.
Aladdin,
and cats.
I can show you the world, but to like
a sexy
dance
version.
beat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. SoundCloud rappers, when you make Sushie's song, we need that one too. It's just a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need the Aladdin stripper song.
The dub, Disney remix.
Yeah. Okay.
I have great ideas, Sam, okay? I don't know why you're hiding your face. I have fantastic ideas, and I should be paid for them.
I'm writing them down right now.
She actually is writing them down right now.
What's happening right now is when like someone just smokes an egregious amount of weed every single day, and my brain is always like constantly in the clouds. And then we just reach up and grab them sometimes.
That's just me every day. I'm just my brain's just like, oh, here's a dumb idea. Let's make that a reality. Yeah. Again, back to this meme.
Let's make that real.
Everything is like, it's always a dumb idea. I wonder if I could do that. And then I learn how to do it, and then I did it, and I'm like, man, that was great. But I do nothing with it at that point. You know, like it's just like,
right. Like good for me. I did it.
Sushi, did I ever show you the 5 seconds that I recreated of the Herbal Essences commercial?
No.
I was gonna recreate.
Are you shirtless in that again?
No, I'm not. But there are.
He's wearing a snowsuit actually in the shower.
And I could do this much better now that I know what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
This was made like 3 years ago. I was gonna recreate. There was the Herbal Essence commercial from like 2000 where the woman's in the library, and like she's like, oh, I got the urge, and the woman's like, urge, and then like fucking like 4 dudes or 3 dudes like kick down the library door, and they walk up and they're all like flexing, and they open up a book, and in the book is a fucking bottle of herbal essence. So I was gonna recreate that commercial with me playing every single role, and this was when I first. Now keep in mind, this is when I first moved to Portland. I didn't know anybody. I was here alone. I'm like, I got a lot of free time. Now I wasn't as good at the video editing just yet, so like I started with one segment of it. So I have the me. There's multiples of me. I walk in the door, and I literally went out and I bought a fucking thick ass book, which is actually a Bible, I believe.
And you cut it out,
and I bought a bottle of herbal essences, and I slowly and meticulously cut out enough to fit that bottle in there.
How long did that take?
That took longer than it took to film the whole fucking video and edit it.
How did you do it? Like an X-Acto knife?
Yes. And then I later on learned that the way people do that normally is you glue all the pages first, and like you glue them together, and then it makes it easier.
That actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
I would have done it your way first.
I fucking sat down on the ground with a fucking X-Acto knife, and Midna keeps coming to me like, get away from me, I'm doing something. Fucking carving out a book. And I realized, if anybody could have like just like used X-ray vision and looked at me like sitting on my floor in the middle of a living room with a fucking knife carving out a Bible, they'd be like, oh, there's a psychopath living next door.
You were sitting like a gremlin, like, you know, when you guys can't see, the listeners can't see it, but Sam knows what I'm talking about. He sits like a gremlin like this.
He does. Oh my God.
You know, I bet like he like has the Bible like this, and he's like just like crouched on the floor.
Just a storage for his herbal essence bottle. They still make herbal essence?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe.
Was that the one where they sit? Oh God. Well, they used one of those pop. Oh my God.
Is that it? Is that the book?
It is. Oh my fucking God.
Oh my God.
So now I need to smell this bottle.
Don't pull it out. I don't know if I'll get back in.
That is a very large Bible, sir.
I bought it at like a it's just like a thrift store, like basically like a knockoff. Oh, Value Village, I think. a knockoff Goodwill.
A knockoff.
I bought that, and then I bought I just needed 2 thick books. They had that one, and they had like a fucking like ESPN fucking sports book, whatever. And I thought it'd be funnier with that.
Either or.
When we're done recording, I'll send you the 5 seconds that I made before I went, I need to stop
These videos that you make are like when people are like, okay, if you retweet me 1,000 times, I will just empty my tweet drafts out into the open. Like, we need something to happen where AJ has to release every fucking ridiculous ass video, even if it's not finished. Can you imagine just seeing this video out of context? Like, not knowing that it wasn't the full video, it's just 5 seconds.
What I need to do is I need to take 5 seconds of all unfinished videos and just slap them all together.
Yeah.
Just
like a montage?
A montage, and just put it out and see, like, what is this? Fucking so much happening. Like, I still think one of my favorites is recreating the Devil May Cry 3 scene with Virgil pushing his hair up. I've recreated that too. With myself. We need to read these stories. Let's go. When we're done with this podcast, I'm going to send you a bunch of videos. All right.
I can't wait. This is either going to be the greatest gift or a curse. There's no in between. And
then I'm going to send you all these videos, and then remember that you wanted to go to New Orleans, and remember the power that I'll have with all that footage that we end up taking.
Oh my God. I think we could make some pretty good skits. It could be fun.
So who wants to go
dumb,
first?
The 3 of us.
Since I just did my whole spiel, I think one of you guys should start us off here.
Sam, do you want to go?
Sure. I'll go. Let me make this big. Okay. Am I the asshole for being left-handed?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for being left-handed, but actually more like blowing up about it?
Okay, just so interesting little. I'm curious where this is going to go, because if those of you who don't know, I am left-handed, so.
And you're an asshole, so. Did you write this?
Left-handed.
Well, my name is Aggravating Engine 469. So
Left-handed,
figured it out.
colorblind, asshole. Yeah, fits the description.
wow.
All right. You guys, I am losing my fucking mind over here. My boyfriend's mom moved in with us after she was laid off from her job. Quote, temporarily, of course. But it's going on about 8 months now. I, like hundreds of millions of people on this earth, am left-handed. It hasn't posed much of a problem for me ever since I left school and got away from tiny desks. But she, who I will call MIL or mother-in-law for simplicity's sake, for unfathomable reasons is determined to make it one. We have a smattering of specialty left-handed items throughout the house. Scissors, measuring cups, can opener. Can opener. Some lefty Japanese knives, which
Why would a knife be
don't know.
left or right-handed?
I'm not 100%. I should have looked up like what maybe she was talking about, but regardless. Since I did all of the cooking for me and my boyfriend, we don't have any normal versions of the kitchen items except for a regular chef's knife. So it sounds like she just has a bunch of specialty kitchen items because she's the one that cooks the most.
Okay.
According to mother-in-law, this is wrong. I am not being accommodating to her and her son and, quote, creating a hostile environment that says you don't belong here in the kitchen.
That's incredibly ableist.
She didn't ask, but demanded that I buy normal versions of the lefty items in the house that she could use. Here's where I might actually be the asshole. I told her that I wouldn't be buying anything new and that she should be grateful to be living here, that she can use a left-handed can opener just like I can use a right-handed one. She needs to suck it up and get over it. I told her I did not appreciate her switching the direction of the toilet rolls in shared bathrooms and adjusting the thermostat when she wasn't the one paying the bills. I said that we did her a huge favor by letting her move in with us and that my house isn't a hotel. She snapped back that a good host should make their home accessible for guests and that I use a right-handed computer mouse so it's not as much of a burden for me to use right-handed goods as it is for her to use lefty stuff. She lost her job and she just wants to be comfortable in her own home. I tell her it's not her own home and that boyfriend would be speaking to her later about establishing house rules. She started sobbing loudly and said she might as well disappear. I told her I didn't have time for her theatrics and left for work.
Oh my god.
I agree with everything the OP said.
Same.
Like
I love how it's okay. I'm gonna assume this is a woman. I mean, it could be a gay couple. Well, I'm gonna assume it's a woman for the statement I was gonna say. There's so many women that we read the stories of and they're like, I might be the asshole here when they just tell the truth. I'm like, no, you're not being the asshole for literally saying I'm not gonna buy a bunch of right-handed shit for you, guest.
Right.
Like,
so
right.
The problem I have here, majorly, is that the mother-in-law switches from being a guest to living in her own, being comfortable.
Which one is it?
Yeah, exactly. Which one is it? Do you want to be a guest who's accommodated, or do you want to be comfortable in your own home? Because a guest would not demand that.
Mm-hmm.
So and
if roles were reversed and they had to move in with her, would she buy a bunch of left-handed shit for them?
No, hell no.
Nope.
So it's interesting because like I'm lefty, but with all the stuff she mentions, I just use right-handed things. I use scissors with my right hand, and I think it's because like, I mean, maybe it's again my age. Like there wasn't access to like left-handed scissors in school and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, here's the scissors, use them. You know, like. So I had to. So like it basically forced me to be ambidextrous with a lot of things. But at no point in time, and not until literally Sam mentioned it the other day when she said she was looking online. She's like, "What's a left-handed measuring cup?" And I was like, "Oh, it's because." If I hold the measuring cup on one side, it's like metric. On the other side, it's standard or whatever. But like if I hold it on the left side, those numbers are reversed for me because it's the handle's on the right side. So for me, it is more. Oh, it's a dumb thing. Like one side has metric, one side has standard.
It's
so
literally something you don't think about.
Nobody thinks about, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've also never brought it up because I don't give a shit. Like I have a normal fucking measuring cup. It's not a left-handed measuring cup. I just fucking use it. Like, and you know what I do? I pour it with my right hand. And I'm not saying the OP can do that. I'm saying the mother-in-law can easily do this. If I can use a bunch of right-handed shit totally fucking fine. Like, you know how I open a fucking can opener?
Yeah.
I use a quote unquote right-hander can opener.
Right.
Then a right-handed person could use a left-handed can opener. Who gives a shit? You got two hands.
If it's that big a problem, mother-in-law, you can go buy your own things.
Yeah, you could buy your own things, right? It's very obnoxious to come into someone else's home and they have their own home set up for their own convenience. So if AJ has a bunch of left-handed stuff because he's left-handed, I'm not going to come in and like go ape shit because there aren't right-handed things. Like, that's not my business. It's your house and that's what you use.
Yeah.
And I would just have to learn to use it as a right-handed person. It's like so ableist. It's so like,
and that's the funny thing too. Maybe it's funny because like thinking about the with what she said at the beginning, but actually more like blowing up about it. I kind of feel that a little bit in me right now, like the whole like being defensive about being left-handed, because it is your whole life. It is a huge fucking annoyance.
Because everything is made for right-handed people.
Yeah, and it's like nobody really talks about it. You just deal with it. Like the desk situation, that's a huge fucking annoyance because like when you sit on a desk that's attached to a chair, you get to fucking rest your arm when you write. Left-handers don't get to do that.
Right.
People always, they always make the joke about the one left-handed desk in school. I didn't have that at all. There was no left-handed desk at school. You're just fucked. And it's one of those things like people don't realize how fucking tedious and annoying it is to like do all this shit as a lefty, you know, writing in notebooks because
writing, you get all the ink on your hand and stuff.
The whole ink on your hand.
Didn't you say that like learning to tie your shoes was rough?
Yeah, a left-hander had to teach me how to tie my shoes because like for some reason like my brain didn't get it when my parents tried, but my dad's friend was left-handed and it like triggered a lot easier for whatever reason.
I mean, it makes sense to learn it from another left-handed person.
Yeah, and so it's just, but it's stupid shit like that you don't think about, but like at the same time, it's insane for a person to be like, you need to do it this way. It's like, bitch, I've been living my whole life doing it your way. You know, like, no, you can, you're living under my home.
Yeah.
You can adopt.
This is my fucking house, and I made it accommodating for me.
Yeah, like you can deal with this because I've been living this way for fucking decades. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And it's always a mother-in-law. You never hear this shit.
It's always a mother.
Oh my God.
It's always a mother.
It's literally always a mother-in-law. Always.
Yeah, like
they're the root of all evil.
Jesus Christ. Like, what happens? Like,
I don't know. There's like a flip that switches. Oh my God, a switch that flips. Wow.
Oh my God, it's happening to her. She's becoming a mother-in-law.
There's a flip that switches, and they just like get really irrational and angry about dumb shit. I don't know what it is.
The whole thing about like you need to choose, like, do you live here or are you a guest? Because if you live here, go buy your own shit. Store it in your own area. I'm sure the OP wouldn't have that big a problem if you went and bought your own shit and stored it in a certain section of the fucking kitchen. That way you can do whatever the hell you want to do. My thing is, she said she's living there temporarily, right? Because she lost her job. So you're coming, where the fuck is all your kitchen shit? You lived somewhere else before?
Oh, bring it with you.
What, you didn't bring it with you? I mean, if she had to sell it, that's one thing, you know? Like maybe she had to sell it.
Everything she's ever owned?
But if you had to sell it, then why the fuck are you so ungrateful?
Right.
And the thing is too, like, I was looking at the comments because I was really hoping she had an update, like because like I want to know what the fucking boyfriend thinks about this.
Yeah, I would love to.
So many of these fucking stories, it's always like somebody's clashing with the mother-in-law and they're like, I'm gonna talk to my fucking spouse about this. I want to know what the update is. Like, I want to know what the spouse said. Like, that's what I need that information. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like she has that. But basically, she just said, there's more about this woman is not leaving until she gets a job, but she hasn't gotten a job. And I understand that part. It's hard to get a job right now.
It's rough right now to get a job. There are no jobs.
But oh my fucking God, do not be an asshole in someone else's home. How is that hard? Why is that hard to...
I don't know.
Unfortunately, I have a theory. And it's literally the generation before us. It's our parents' generation who... Not all of them are entitled, but it's that whole thing of respect your elders and accommodate your elders. And there is a boundary and there's a limit. And a lot of our elders think that we should, when we invite them into our homes, because of probably what they had to do when they were younger, which is take care of their parents in that generation too, they think that they should be taken care of in our own homes. But this is a whole different situation. This isn't because, like, you needed to come and live with me because you're elderly and no one can take care of you. You're coming to live with me and live in my house because you lost your job because there's a pandemic.
Right.
Or other things are happening, right? Like normally these people are fully capable of living their own lives. They just have hit a financial problem. And then that's when they become entitled in these other homes. Well, this is my son's house. Well, this is name on the fucking lease.
Yeah.
It seems like this is pretty much her house. And maybe you're clashing with your daughter-in-law, but that doesn't mean you get to disrespect her fucking house at all. You have to be comfortable in your own home.
Yeah.
And if the mother-in-law wants to be comfortable in her own home and not cause fucking problems, you need to go buy your own shit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear you say my own home when you're a guest in my house.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're like fucking crashing on the couch. Relax.
I have literally had to live with other people because when I bought my place, it goes through the whole
Renovation and all of that.
not renovation, but like the paperwork. The paperwork takes forever, right? So my house wasn't ready when I moved there. So I've had to live with people for months on end, not knowing when I could move out. And you know what I fucking did?
That's frustrating.
You know what I fucking did? I would do the dishes for them. I would clean up for them. I would try to make. I tried to make like my existence as small as possible in their house.
I had to like couch surf a little bit in my mid-20s, and I definitely try to make like my footprint as invisible as possible.
Yes, yes.
Don't perceive me.
Yes.
I don't want, I'm not here.
Like let me cook for everybody. Let me take some kind of strain off the fact that you have an additional person in the house for who knows how long because you were nice enough to take me in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the fact that this is not something that other people do is just so mind-blowing to me. Like, why it's just simple. To me, it's common sense and being kind. And it's like that shit goes out the window if it's your kid and your kid's significant other.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Definitely not the asshole here.
And also, I did choose it because AJ's left-handed. But that's what I was asking about the measuring cups, because like when she said that, I was honestly thinking of like the dry measuring cups.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking like, what the fuck is a left-handed like dry measuring cup? What would it matter?
Right.
Because it's all shaped
Like a
symmetrical.
scoop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a fucking scoop.
Yeah, but it's literally the
liquid.
The liquid, yeah.
Yeah.
One side
I didn't even
standard,
think about
one side's
that.
metric. And,
Also, because ours isn't like that, it's exactly the same on both sides.
oh, yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't fucking what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, typically, one side has standard, one side has metric. So if I want to use it and I want to hold it in my left hand, I'm always looking at metric.
The more you know.
Unless I'm like twisting around. Yeah.
That's weird.
I would say, like, in my opinion, I'm right-handed, so I really don't have an opinion, but I would say, like, the hardest things to use as a left-handed person are probably scissors and a can opener, right?
Yeah.
So, like, and I don't even know because I'm so used to using scissors with my right hand. You know, like, it's just...
So you got the hand strength to do it now?
It would be hard for me to use scissors with my left hand. Like, that's, like, even though I'm lefty, it would be hard for me. Because I grew up using scissors with my right hand.
Yeah.
And a can opener, kind of the same deal. I just, typically I squeeze it with my left hand and I twist it with my right. Is that normal? Right? You squeeze with the left hand, twist with the right?
I can't
even. I don't know. I can't picture it right now.
I think so, yeah.
So I mean, like,
You just need a mechanical one.
Yeah, it makes sense for me. So like, if you guys catch, like, if you're gonna play a ball, like, would you wear a glove in your right hand or your left hand? Like, if you were catching and throwing.
Girl.
I know, but like,
So as right-handed, you would put the glove on your left hand because you're throwing with your dominant hand. So I would throw the ball with my right and put the glove on my left hand.
So that would make sense. So I wear a glove on my right hand.
Okay, and you throw with your left hand.
But when I bat, I'm pretty sure I bat right-handed. I don't know, because like I would stand with my like right hand and my left hand like this.
So you'd be a right-handed bat.
I do right-hand batting.
Yeah,
Whereas,
because your dominant hand is on the top because it has more.
No, my dominant hand's on the bottom. I do a pull through with my left hand. So basically, like I'm swinging with my right hand, but I'm pulling through with my left.
That's weird.
So I think it's just
that's weird.
I think it's just a thing with like when you grow up left-handed, you really do just kind of figure out whatever the fuck works.
I wonder
Adapt.
what you would do at a driving range. Like when you do like mini golf and stuff.
I stand like this with my my left hand's on top for that. Huh. So like whatever, like because typically if you're golfing versus like baseball, like your hand's on the opposite. So like if you're golfing, your dominant hand's on the top, and now it shifts to the bottom.
True.
So it's still a pull through though.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we were to mini golf, I would be, I guess, right-handed. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest.
It's honestly what you're most comfortable doing.
Like even like when I went snowboarding, I think I go goofy. Goofy is left foot front, I believe. There's goofy foot and
there's
normal
names
foot.
for that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's depending on how you stand on the board, you either stand on a board regular or you stand goofy.
Because your dominant foot is supposed to stop you, and it's supposed to be in the back, right?
And yeah, I'm pretty sure but my right foot's in the back, so I would literally stand how I'm standing right now if I was going down a hill or something.
Jesus Christ.
So I do a lot of shit back and forth, and I think it's just there's a whole weird fascination with left-handed stuff though, like people who are left-handed do have a lower life expectancy. Because
because everything's right-handed, you're gonna kill yourself.
So well, like okay, say you're woodworking and oh shit, the emergency shutoff valve is on the right side, not the left side. Oh, so it's shit like that. It's a lot of things you don't think about. There's a lot of things. If you're driving on a road and someone runs out into the road, a right-handed person is typically they're gonna swerve to the right to avoid them. A left-handed person will probably typically swerve to the left to avoid them into oncoming traffic. So like. There's a lot of things like that you do subliminally, and I think about that so much that like I'm hyper fucking aware when I drive that like I would now like force myself to swerve right, but that is the thing where like a lot of left-handers would swerve left and miss something,
right? Because it's like your natural
that's your natural reaction. But then they go into oncoming traffic. So there's a lot of things like that. That is a reason why left-handed people have a lower life expectancy because the world is not built. So like it always involves like power tools and emergency shutoff valves and things like that are just.
So I know.
I think you'd have two of them.
I know you played the drums in school, right?
Yeah.
So like, is there a thing with that? Because isn't it like the foot pedal like supposed to be on your dominant side, or
I just did it however it was set up. So like because and the thing with drumming too, like the hi-hat would be on the hi-hat's on the left side. So some people you'd think to do this, I would just cross my arms. So like do the hi-hat over here. And the bass drum I'd still do with my left foot, and the hi-hat would be with my left, hi-hat would be my left foot, bass drum with my right foot, and I just cross my arms. Oh. That kind of stuff is like you're not gonna, because it's also you're in school, so you're like, hey, I need to rearrange the entire drum set to fit my standards.
Yeah.
Then next class, you need to rearrange it back for the,
Well, I just meant because I know your dad is a musician, so maybe like he had stuff set up already.
I think. Well, the weird thing is too is like I've dabbled with a lot of trying to learn instruments. And one of the things I've never been able to pick up was guitar. I couldn't figure it out, right? So they have left-handed guitars and they have, but then they have right-handed guitars. I would feel more comfortable playing a right-handed guitar, so I would strum with my left hand. But then you have like people like Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix is left-handed, but he played a right-handed guitar left-handed.
He just strung it backwards.
He just flipped it. Yeah. So, but it's weird things like that. Like they have the two different ways you could do it either way. But for me, I can't really play guitar anyway. It just doesn't feel natural to me, no matter how I hold it. But if I had to, I would rather strum with my left hand.
Yeah.
Which I believe is how a right-handed person would play guitar.
Interesting.
So it's a weird thing.
You strum with your right hands and
So yeah, there's a whole weird thing with it. Like it's left-handed shit's dumb, but
interesting.
Also, according to the Bible, you're evil.
But I'm more likely to become fucking president. So
okay, and you're typically more intelligent, right?
Yeah.
Left-handed people.
They are, because we're using the better side of our brains.
All right, now Susie, your turn.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
And now it's time for sushi.
Yeah, is it? Am I the sandwich, or do you want to be the sandwich?
It don't matter to me.
Okay.
I just talked a lot about left-handed shit, so you go ahead and go.
Here's a headline for you guys. You guys can pick.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for refusing to stop calling a grown man princess?
Oh no.
Huh.
I guess I'll go. All right. I'm probably the justified asshole for this, but let's get Reddit's opinion.
No.
AKA, I wrote this.
Yeah.
Spelling and other mistakes all my own, not on mobile. Please don't post on other websites / videos yet. Oh. Sorry, ma'am. All right, we're going in. I recently retired. Okay, we're just gonna pretend I'm not doing it, but I'm gonna continue doing it. I recently retired coworker is one of those super religious types. It's not my cup of tea, but I usually don't care as long as people don't try to force their opinions or beliefs on others. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Doug, 50s male, is very well known for being quite religious, to the point his nickname at work is Deacon Doug. Thank God.
Have you ever met a Doug that's not 50 years old or older?
No, never.
Like,
never, not
Doug
once.
over here.
Young Doug.
A young Doug, they don't exist. They don't exist. I, 36 female, was into religion a bit as a teen, but grew away from it all, and I'm not currently claiming any religion. There were multiple conversations over the handful of years we worked together where I explicitly asked or told Doug to stop bringing up religion to me. He wouldn't refuse or agree to, but would inevitably do it again a month or so later. I tried being both nice and rude about it, and nothing ever seemed to get through. Being in a poly relationship is very much against Doug's beliefs as well. It's amazing how judgmental the followers of someone who forgave all can be. Getting cornered he could repeatedly, it's so weird how that works. Getting cornered so he could repeatedly ask me what I think the Bible says about what I'm doing wasn't exactly fun. Yet telling him that I don't care what his beliefs or some musty old book have to say about my consensual relationship apparently wasn't a good enough answer. So he kept pressing. It took 20 minutes to escape the conversation. The job is very much a quote unquote man's job, and I'm not the type to run to HR if I don't absolutely have to. If I was 100% in the right, it would create far more problems for me. And I don't want to deal with that crap. So I got creative instead. Doug had a habit of making everybody wait on him or otherwise not being courteous of time and his coworkers, especially when it was time for food. I started calling him princess one day and it irritated him. So I kind of just kept doing it. Making everybody wait on you any day now, princess. Snoring in the common area. Wake up, princess, etc., etc. Now that he's retired from our employer, Doug is working for a contractor, and I still see him occasionally. Naturally, I still call him Princess. He rolls his eyes and is very clearly not happy about the nickname, but makes a snide comment about it if I'm with my boyfriend / if he's still married to someone else. Ooh. I figure since he refuses to respect my wishes about religion, I can continue with the nickname. So am I the asshole for continuing to call a grown man princess? I vote not the asshole.
I mean, I don't think you're the asshole. I mean, sometimes
I think they both suck.
I think they both suck.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I can just get down with somebody being petty for the sake of being petty.
Doug's being petty. She's being petty. Fuck it. We're all petty. We're all petty Krugers here.
I get where she's coming from. I wouldn't have used the term princess. I would have probably maybe thought about something else. But I get where she's coming from. He has been repeatedly told, don't bring this up to me. Don't bring this up to me. And he's not listening. So now she's trying to continuously bring something up and irritate him because he said he doesn't like it. Right? So I get that. Mm-hmm. I don't really like her using the term princess only because, it just seems a little, I don't know.
Well, the hard thing with those kind of situations is typically when somebody doesn't want when they don't want to do something, so do the same thing in return, it doesn't fix it. Mm-mm. It's like, it may make you feel a little bit better because I got him. But that doesn't make them go, oh, I see the error of my ways now, and now I'm going to stop doing that thing. That's not how people work typically, especially somebody like him.
My thing, the thing that really makes me the most angry here is the fact that he continuously brought up religious matters at work. And why do we constantly have to talk about this?
Why? We're here to work.
We're at work. We're at Wendy's, sir. Why are we talking about your extracurricular activities here? You know, I worked at a place that was a global business, right? But because I worked in the South, and everybody in the fucking South, it has a different, you know, religion or whatever, you know, they would constantly talk about and try to recruit people to come to their church at work. And it's like, look, not everybody is Christian here. So stop trying to recruit people who are not Christian into your fucking church. This is not a work matter.
Yeah.
You don't bring up religion and politics at work unless your job is religion or politics.
Right. Like, do you work at CNN? No. So shut up.
Yeah.
It's literally, again, you know, I've ranted about work shit in the past, but I'm fucking there to work. I'm not there to talk to you about literally anything. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to care about your fucking extracurricular activities, if they're religious or anything. I don't give a fuck. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to get paid. Don't even look at me. Like, go listen to your fucking Flyleaf in the corner. And
Feel him up. Man, that really sucks because, you know, you always think that, man, okay, well, I'm having this issue. Like, I could always go and talk to HR and let them fucking fix it. But no, they're not going to fix it. And now, fucking Doug doesn't even work there anymore. He's fucking retired. He's retired and I still have to deal with him.
yeah.
He is retired and I still have to deal
What's
with
with
him.
people retiring and then not stopping work?
I don't know.
Like, get a hobby, dude. Like, holy shit, go do anything. You're fucking retired.
Like, stop working. That's
Literally
the point.
do anything. Literally do anything besides show your face around me.
I thought we were done with you, Doug.
I think you know, I would probably say everyone sucks here.
I think everyone sucks
I think
here 'cause
everyone sucks here.
they're both annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole thing could have been handled a little bit differently, because the thing is, sometimes like there'll be a petty thing, like the petty revenge or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes there'll be a petty thing that like I'll at least like get a good laugh at. For something like this, I don't even really get a laugh at. I'm just kind of like, maybe it's just the princess thing.
Like, if I worked with both of these people and I saw them going at it like this, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I would tell them to both shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're both insufferable. Shut up.
You both suck. Like,
Yeah.
And then I'd eat my
You
salad.
both are annoying. How about
And then you
that?
eat your sexy potatoes.
Yeah.
I would love some sexy potatoes right now.
Here, they got them in New Orleans.
God damn, I want some yams.
Every potato in New Orleans is shaped like a dick.
I bet it is.
Yeah. You eat them straight off the cart. I don't know. Where do you buy potatoes at? Potato carts?
Sure, if you say so.
Hot butter potatoes.
Potato carts.
Oh my God, did I just invent
Is it like a hot dog cart?
Yeah, but
with
it's
some
just a
potatoes?
potato. You just put a potato in a fucking hot dog bun.
Potatoes.
Oh my God, are we on the? What if like you just shaved the potato down to be about hot dog size? You put it on a bun. You put a little like
No.
instead of mustard.
That
you
is
like,
so much
you do a-
starch. That's
you do
so
a
much
fucking
starch.
like.
You need to stop.
Wait,
a
no,
wiggly of
wait.
butter.
What if you use the potato as the bun?
Oh shit.
What if you slice a potato, like a steamed potato, and use that and put a hot dog in it?
And you know what's even cooler about that is instead of like cutting it in half like you would imagine, because the way potatoes are like more solid, you could literally just like cut like a C-shaped circle out of it and then just hollow that out, so it'd be a perfect
you could like
cavity.
drill it out with your left-handed drill.
Yeah, and it'd be a perfect cavity to fit the hot dog, so it would look like
Don't say hot dog and cavity in the same sentence. AJ. Disgusting.
And then this is perfect. We're on to something here. We're on to a new
We are.
food wave.
Yep.
You put that hot dog in there.
Potato as the bun.
Yeah. And if you didn't want to like go for like the hot dog bun shape, you can even drill straight down the middle of it and put the hot
just
dog
stick it in
stick it
there.
the middle, so it's like a round hot dog sandwich. But with that, you wouldn't get to put any toppings on it. So I still think it's the better.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But if you do it like a baked potato and like hollow it out, you could put toppings on it.
We are on to a food idea here. Of
All
some
the
sort.
ideas. Everyone Sucks Here podcast. That kind of sounds good. I would eat that. I would try it. I'm not gonna lie. I would try that.
We're out here creating jobs.
When you
are.
visit, we're gonna do some culinary testing.
No.
Yeah.
We'll get some hot dogs. We'll get some potatoes.
That's just gonna be the vlogging.
Yeah, that'll be the vlogging. All right.
That's the vlog. We try to get the sexiest potato that there is in the grocery store.
All right, our little dumpster
Long and
divers for
skinny.
today. We've got in the kitchen the everyone sucks here trash bin.
Sweet
Our
potato.
cooking tutorial.
And like all of our like refrigerators and like our little bins are all shaped like trash cans, but they're still just like a refrigerator. You know?
It's just gonna be like we're gonna open up the fridge and it's just gonna be yogurts.
Yeah.
You know.
God.
This is gonna be awesome. And then Sam can be the test eater. So you get to eat the hot dog potato.
Please don't.
I'll try it.
I would try it.
I'll fucking try it. I could fuck with a hot dog every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't say hot dogs in cavities, but you can say I'll fuck a hot dog every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, AJ, read your stupid story.
Okay.
What's your fucking story?
Mine is. I gotta pull up here. Okay. Am I the asshole for not wanting to give my ex's money for our kid until I see a bill? So, throwaway account. I, 32 male, have 2 kids with my ex, 32 female. 7 female and 5 female. When we broke up, I did not want to deal with court-ordered child support, so we agreed to an unofficial amount of financial compensation. Mistake number 1. Mm-hmm. However, my ex knew I didn't want to deal with the courts and used that as a veiled threat whenever she wanted something. That's the reason then that's a problem. And that's the entire issue.
There's the issue. We found it. Case closed.
Anytime I got something for myself or she heard about a new promotion at work, she demanded copies of my pay stubs for the last 3 months and want half. If I objected, she would pull the, well, maybe we should let the judge decide. After 2 years of this crap, I told her I simply could not afford to keep paying the amount she wanted and afford food and rent. She thought I was lying, even though I showed her my pay stubs and filed for child support. My parents were kind enough to lend me the money for a decent attorney, so I'd have a decent chance. But my God, I would have thought that the courts would rule, or I never would have thought the courts would rule in my favor. Based off of my income, the courts determined that I have been overpaying for each child in order that I could pay a lesser amount, and that my ex couldn't request for more until my children were 9 and 7. It was also determined that I wouldn't be legally obligated to start paying the new amount for 6 months. Literally after the ruling, we were standing outside the doors of the courtroom. My ex and her attorney approached me and asked me to pay a higher amount. I shrugged and said that it would not be best to go against the judge's ruling and left. Finally, I was able to get my own place, a nicer, still used car and clothes. My ex has been calling and texting me about money, saying that the kids need this and that. I told her that I'd pay for the necessities when the kids were with me, but that she needed to figure everything out for herself for the time being. She raged at me and called me a deadbeat and then started dragging me on social media. To defend myself, I made a post about how the courts ruled and attached screenshots of her texts, always using the threat of the courts to get her way. I then finally stated that I do want to provide for my children, so if there's anything that they need to give me copies of the bills or an expense report, and I will look into paying for the things directly. My ex and her family are saying that I am the asshole and controlling for wanting to know about her finances, but I don't see it for wanting to know about her finances, but I don't see it as any different than how she treated me. So am I the asshole?
Oh my God, it's not any different. She literally asked to see your pay stubs. She'd find out about a promotion and literally asked to see your pay stubs. You're not together. I don't have to show you my pay stubs.
Yeah.
Right. She's shaking you down, and the court ruled the way they ruled. So tell her to fuck off.
There's so many. There's so many things about this kind of stuff that bothers me with, like, one, the situations, but also the way courts rule nowadays too with a lot of this stuff. Just first off, if you are ever getting a fucking divorce and you have children, you need to go to court. You know, you have to. You can't do this shit because either party is gonna fucking use this against you.
Anybody is capable of
You need
doing
a third
anything
party.
at any time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't care how.
Because everyone gets their feelings into it at some
Yes.
point.
Even
Exactly.
if it's the most amicable thing, you need to get this shit sorted. And
I agree.
even if that's just like a, hey, we need to get this sorted because of this, you know, I agree and I'm willing to do this, but like we got to get it sorted legally. Because the moment it's way too easy for people to do the veiled threats bullshit. What gets me with this kind of stuff is I'm always curious how the courts decide, like, you know, like where the line is drawn. And a lot of times, a lot of the parents who are on the receiving end of getting the child support, it's like they feel like they don't have to work themselves. You know, like it's like this weird thing. It's like, okay, but I'm not supporting you. I'm supporting the kids. That's where this money is going. And I wish there was a better way to set this kind of stuff up. Like, I guess it's a weird thing to me when you think about, like, okay, I came from, I'm the child of divorced parents, you know, so like my parents got divorced when I was a kid, so I grew up in 2 different houses, back and forth, whatever. Primarily living with my dad, actually, so it was one of the rare ones where the dad actually wins full custody. They technically split, but it was basically full. So my mom paid child support to my dad, and there was that whole thing, but I always kind of wonder, like, how do you know the money's going to the kids? You don't. You have no idea if it's going to the kids. But 2, why isn't it a thing? Like he said, like, I will pay for the kids when they're with me. Why isn't that just how it is? Why do we have this system where it's like, okay, you know, you have, like, whomever the kids are with should be the one paying for them at the time. Wouldn't that make the most sense? As opposed to, like...
It depends on how much she's got them. Like, if she's got them 70% of the time and he only sees them 30% of the time, he's not paying as much for their livelihood, you know what I mean?
But
so
then,
he has to pay something.
I get that, but then maybe he should get them more of the time. You know, like, that's kind of where I'm getting at. Like, I think it's a weird thing where it's like this whole... And I get how, like... I'm not trying to say, like, people should be, like, getting out of paying with their kids. I'm saying, like, it seems really fucking wrong to me to only get to see your kids 70% of the week or 30% of the week, but you're paying for everything. You know, like, and I get they're your kids. You should be wanting to. And he said, I want to provide for my kids. I do. Like, but like, I hate this whole system that, like, okay, so we're gonna give full custody to you, but then you're gonna pay for all of it. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, in my opinion, I think it should be like whoever has the kids at the time should be paying for them, because kids are a two-way. You both are responsible for this kid. You know, regardless, you both chose most likely to have this kid. Why aren't you both paying for it?
I think it's also a little bit of a non-modern, like, court system kind of thing, in the sense of, like, they're going off of, like, older
I think they are too.
Things they did
the man
before.
Works, the woman stays at home shit.
So I feel like a lot of it is because, you know, my brother's divorced and he was paying child support. He actually could have gotten full custody, and he decided against it. He decided that his daughter would be better off with her mother. He didn't want to do that. So he, you know, they split 50-50, and he pays child support, and it was based off of his income. That's what the court decided, was that it was going to be based off of his income. So when his income dipped, you know, they would, you know, it would go down.
They would lower
and
it.
when he got a promotion or whatever, it would go a little bit higher. But it was always more within the what is it, like the cost of living within the area as well, kind of thing. And I understand that it's different for other places, but most of the time it's, you know, unfortunately, the court is gonna rule in the favor of the mother. And I think it's literally because they're going off this outdated system of, well, the mom is probably, she used to stay home now, or she used to be a stay-at-home mom. So she's
a lot of moms are working nowadays.
But a lot of moms are having to work because they are single mothers now.
Or they just want to work.
Or they just want to work.
Wow, women want to work. What a surprise, you know? Like,
I think the courts are due.
They're due for a fucking update.
They need an update. They need to update these systems.
Because, and you know, that was always a thing. Like, I remember, you know, my parents never got along, so I always had to hear the bullshit of, like, oh, I don't even know if he's using that for you. He's probably buying music equipment or whatever the fuck, you know, like, because my parents hated each other. So, and obviously, like, my parents, they did their best to raise me and my sister, and we never had any issues with, like, you know, that I know of, you know, from a kid's perspective. Like, I don't know if they were struggling or not, but they did a really good job of raising me and my sister, like both of my parents did, or of at least shielding us from any of that kind of, like, bullshit of not knowing if we were good financially or not.
Right.
But I see this kind of stuff, and it definitely annoys me how easy it is for one, like, a lot of times courts do always rule with the mothers regardless, like, and it's like, okay, but there's dads there too, and they want to be just as involved with their lives, but you're just choosing not to, which is, again, why I was, especially with somebody of my age, the fact that they ruled in my dad's favor was crazy. But, like, it's just a weird thing where it's like, I can't get past this whole, like, why am I giving you all this extra money without being able to guarantee it's for the kids? Like, I wish you could just put it into, like, just a kid's account. It's stupid.
A kid's account.
Yeah, and in a way.
Account.
Well, kind of like, okay, like, I don't know if there's a way to, like, you know how, like, oh yeah, so, like, you think about, like, food stamps and stuff, right? When you have food stamps, you can only use a food stamp card, which is why I think it's funny when people complain about people who have food stamps, because they don't realize you can't just buy everything on that. Like, it won't let you.
Right.
Like,
you can't go to, like, fucking Circuit City and buy boom
it will
box.
not go through. Yeah, like, if you're on food stamps and you go to, like, Target or whatever, and you get a whole bunch of groceries, and then you're also like, oh, I need these batteries and this toilet paper. You scan it all through, it'll give you your price. Right. You can swipe your food stamps card. It'll deduct all of the groceries, and then it'll be like, okay, now it's $20 for the toilet paper and stuff. So then you pull out your other card and do that. That's how food stamps work. For those of you who don't fucking know.
And you can't get everything. It has to, like, you have to look at the label and see if it's eligible. Like, not all food items are even.
And, yeah, like, a lot of times
you can't get pre-made food.
Yeah, you can't get pre-made food. Yeah, like, it's got to be like shit. Well, they did change it for, like, recently, because everything's crazy with fires and pandemic and everything like that. Some places allow it now. But because people didn't have power.
They didn't have houses or power to make food, so they let them buy prepared.
But like, it'll say, like, on the tag, like, on the shelf, like, if it's, like, WIC approved or EBT or whatever.
Like,
it's
and even like Amazon Fresh does that. They'll say, like, oh yeah, you can use your EBT card or whatever for this. So for those who don't know, that's how that works. EBT it's literally a fucking card based system. It's a prepaid Visa basically, right? I guess. I wouldn't it make a lot more sense if you had to pay into a child's account and that kind of thing, because of how barcodes and all this shit works nowadays, and you can categorize shit. It's not fucking hard, and it's like, okay, well, you know, this is a doctor's visit. I'm paying for this, or this is kids' clothing. You know, I'm paying with this. Yeah. Here's this kid's clothing. You know, like. I don't know.
How would it work for, like, utilities and stuff that's, like, shared and pooled?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
you know, like, I get what you're saying, and I think that's a better solution.
To make sure
it's gonna get muddy when you're like, well, I spent this amount of gas because I had to take them to hockey practice.
And that's the thing that does bother me a little bit about this is when the court says, oh, you've been overpaying, which I'm like, okay, you look at that guy's like, oh, that's a win. I've been overpaying, right? But we don't know what she spent all that money on now. So say he overpaid.
So she fucked her kids over.
Exactly. So he might be looking at it as, oh, I've been overpaying. I can pay a little bit less right now. But that money's already gone. If you've been overpaying for 2 years, that money's probably fucking gone. So now you're hurting your kids because you're underpaying. You know, it's like a weird thing where, like, that could be solved if you just had some other way to do it. Like, all the system needs to be updated.
The thing that's crazy is, you know, with all this Britney Spears stuff that happened, you know, with, like, the documentary and everything coming out, I kind of did a tiny little deep dive, because I was like, what happened to her kids? How old are her kids? And, you know, stuff like that, right?
Teenagers now.
Yeah. And so, you know, her ex, Kevin Federline, has them full time, and she has visitation with them, right? And she pays child support, right? And I think it's insane that when you go into, like, celebrity costs or, like, the rich, they're talking like $60,000 a month per kid. And it's like, okay, I get that they have, like, certain expenditures, like expenses and stuff, but, like, are you fucking $60,000 per kid?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that kid need?
And that's just it, because, like, if you, like, there's a lifestyle that kids don't need to live a luxurious lifestyle.
No,
you know, like you don't need designer
Right.
shit.
They need to pay for their school and their clothes and their food and their little extracurriculars.
Yeah, but you don't need to get them being fucking designer clothes and anything like that because they're fucking outgrowing it. They're getting
ride like that's.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Britney Spears. A lot of people work together to take advantage of her,
and in a way that kind of goes along with how this whole system works with like you said with your brother. Like if he made more money, now he has to pay more for child support, which again is kind of that weird thing of like, okay, he made more money. It'd be like, what if he wanted to like?
But why are their expenses going up?
Exactly.
Like their expenses are their expenses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's got full-time custody, you know, or whatever it was, you know, like so with her their expenses. Why can't he take that money like and put it away for himself or for a project or I want to fix the house, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Nope. Now the kids get it. Like it's a weird system to do it that way.
Or like take the extra money, like the surplus money, and put it away for college in an account that will like have
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of better things that could happen, but when you just base it off of just straight income and that's it, and it's like you're not. There's so many variables here.
Yeah.
Like their education price isn't really gonna change unless they change schools or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it might go up, but not a lot like that. Their extracurriculars are their extracurriculars. So like, where's this extra money going?
Yeah.
Do they just all of a sudden eat more because you make more money?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't know you got a raise. Like, you know, like it's just a weird thing. So regardless, I don't think this person is the asshole in this situation.
No.
I definitely think
I don't.
anybody who's trying to shake someone down like this, like that immediately
This
makes
is
me
a shakedown.
Her literal next move is to attempt to fuck with his visitation. That's exactly.
Yeah.
And so this guy really needs to keep track of that. And I know a lot of people were giving him advice like, yo, if she's late, send her a text. Keep that as a record of her, like her literally trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, if she literally wants to continually threaten court, then you need to keep records and keep track of everything that she's doing too.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing too, is ultimately what pisses me off about these situations is ultimately you're just fucking over the kids.
Yes.
You know, like kids
I know.
Again, as somebody who's went through this, want to see both fucking parents. And it's kind of fucking annoying if you want to be like, oh, I'm just late dropping you off to the, you know, like, well, cool, but you're not, you're hurting me. You're not hurting them.
Yeah.
You know, I like to see my fucking parents. That's what these kids are thinking. They're not thinking like, oh man, we got him, you know, like funny joke. Like,
Gotcha, Dad.
now you only get an hour less with me. Like, okay, cool. Like, so
Terrible.
how about Sushi's layers of deception?
Oh boy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're unfamiliar with this segment, this is where I try to get both AJ and Sam. I try to trick them. And it's called Layers of Deception. You have to choose, as a listener, is it an article from the satire website called The Onion, or is it a real article that exists in outer space? It's up to you to find out. All right, here it is. 18-year-old miraculously finds soulmate in hometown. Is this a real article or an Onion article?
The Onion. I'm calling Onion.
I'm gonna say The Onion.
It is The Onion.
Yeah.
You guys, okay, you win.
I've gotten every single one of them. I'm so proud of myself.
Sam gets every single one.
I've been redeeming myself though.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You're coming
I think
back.
you're picking up my patterns.
You're coming
That's
back.
why.
You're coming back.
That wavelength, yeah.
And your grand prize is listening to the article.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. And Peshtigo, I'm not sure if that's how you say that city, but I don't know. Wisconsin. That's where this takes place.
You never been to old Peshtigo?
Yeah, I know. It's like that old place.
That's the nightlife
In a
of
miracle
Wisconsin.
that defies statistical probability, Corey Muntner, 18, reported Monday that he found his soulmate, Tammy Gaska, right in his very own hometown of Peshtigo.
No.
They say God puts one special person on this planet who is your one true love, says Mutner, who has left his Marinette County twice in his life. Both times for marching band competitions and near. I cannot read these fucking town names. Are these real? Who's from Wisconsin? Are these real town names? Both times for marching band competitions and nearby Menominee. Is that a real city? Menominee?
Menominee.
Menominee. It's incredible, but I somehow found mine right here in the town where I've always lived. If that's not fate, I don't know what is. Mutner, a 2001 graduate of Peshigo High School, met Gaska, currently a junior at the school, in November 1999 in the student parking lot. I was hanging out by my car with my buddy Brian, and this comes walking by. Mutner said, she asked us for a smoke, and I gave her one of my Camels. Oh my God, Camels.
Oh, Lord.
So Brian, who's a good guy, but kind of a goober, says, what are you doing Saturday night? She says, nothing with you. Then, for some reason, I say, how about me? And she smiles and says, sure.
Is
That girl's name, yes. Tammy Gaska. Relationship experts estimate that the chances of meeting someone in your lifetime that you fully connect with on a spiritual, intellectual, and physical level are a 1 in 2.3 billion, making the geographic proximity of the soulmates nothing short of astonishing. How often does a person find their one true love at all, much less in the tiny rural Wisconsin town that they grew up? Mutner said, that's why me and my Tammy are still going out, even though she gave Danny Corvo a hand job in the Gap food set freezer a few months ago. You just don't give up on true love.
Oh, Tammy.
Whoever wrote this article
Tammy's a stripper name.
Read. Tammy is not a stripper name. There's no fucking stripper named Tammy.
I'm going to Google stripper Tammy right now.
Stripper Tammy?
Okay, stripper Tammy?
Don't put that on my...
Stripper Tammy. Tammy Doll, ex-stripper,
my dad
embraces
got
motherhood.
a job offer in Manitowoc.
That's a Tammy.
God, jeez. And we almost moved, Mutner said. If he'd taken the job, I would have never met Tammy. It's pretty scary to think about how close that was to happening. Obviously, somebody up there wanted us to be together. Mutner said he knew almost immediately that he and Tammy were so meant to be together. I could tell on the first date that Tammy was Mrs. Right, Mutner said. When she told me she wanted to eat at Schussler's Supper Club, I guess that's a local place, I was like, that's my favorite place in town. What are the odds
only place in town, Tammy?
5 restaurants, we'd both love the same one. While many of his friends have had to search the state, country, or at least somewhere outside a 3-mile radius to find the one, Mutner said he's doubly blessed that Gaska lives a mere 4 blocks away. My friend Rodney has a girlfriend who lives all the way over in Encanto Falls, Mutner said. Sometimes he doesn't get to see her all week if something is wrong with his truck. I don't think I could stand to be away from Tammy that long.
I love how you're just like, you're literally just like reading Sam's life. What? Like Sam's teenage life in a small town.
No.
Like, oh
I'm
man,
sorry.
I'm trying to get over one town over to New Bagginsworth.
I have to admit, I don't understand any of these words, but I think it's funny. Mutner, who prior to meeting Gaska had only dated 2 girls, one for 5 weeks and the other for 2 months, said he is amazed that he was able to find the perfect person so quickly and in a town of only 3,400 people. Tammy is really special, Mutner said. Most people who marry someone from their hometown just settle for whatever's around. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. I love it here.
I hate
I don't
this.
know why I'm like, you hate it? I don't know why I'm like
What
this.
do you say? Gave her a hand job in the Whole Foods or something? Like the freezer aisle or whatever? In
Yeah,
the freezer aisle?
The freezer aisle.
How's that work?
That's a frozen hand job.
Look at that picture.
Come on, girl. Give me that cold hand.
Give me that cold hand?
Yeah, you know, like when they open up the freezer and they stick their
Oh,
hand
it
in there
feels
for
like a
while?
stranger, you know?
Oh my God, this picture.
Jesus. Well, okay, so I love how this is, they were apparently 18 in 2001 or whatever, right? Why they look like this? Straight out of the 80s, almost the 70s.
Oh my god, this article's from 2002.
Holy shit!
I think it's because it's like from a rural small town. Like I don't think they have like haute couture in a fucking random ass small town in Wisconsin.
This article
you know?
is almost 20 years old.
Oh my
That's
god.
insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I just think about marrying the person you were dating in the year 2000. I would be I know exactly who I was dating around then, and I would fucking jump off a bridge.
In 2002?
Yeah, I remember.
I wasn't dating in
remember.
2002.
2002?
I was
Yeah.
like
Because I was
junior in high school or sophomore. I don't remember. If I was
still a baby.
fucking married to that person, I would drown myself. Like, that's it.
You weren't a baby.
Yes, I was.
2002?
You better. Better stop it.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
In 2002, I was still recovering from Y2K and my anxiety of everything exploding.
Really? Did that give you anxiety?
I remember I had stayed the night at my grandmother's house, and my dad came to pick me up on New Year's Eve. And driving home, we were listening to the news, and I was literally so anxious because I really didn't understand what was happening. But every time anybody talked about anything Y2K, like it seemed like super, super negative. So I was just I didn't know what was going to happen. Are all the lights going to go off? Is the fucking world going to explode? Like, what's fucking happening? My kid brain just can't handle none of this shit. Like, and I was a very anxious kid anyway. So I was just fucking terrified the whole time.
My parents went out. My parents went out for like fucking partying. I don't know if they were doing drugs and whatever. Who knows?
Wow.
So they
And
did.
who
Doing
knows?
1999. Yeah.
I mean, my dad's a musician, so they were out doing something. But I'm home alone on my internet. I'm fucking looking up like, okay, what kind of secret Pokemon are there right now on these fucking websites? And I remember like being in a chat room and people were like, oh man, like fucking happy Y2K. Okay, now look back to these fucking Pokemon.
Man, your life is awesome.
I know.
All right, let's get into these relationships. Yeah, I think mine's a pretty good ender.
I was just gonna say yours is a good ender. I can go and read since Sushi just gave us her onion.
Okay, and then I'll be in the middle.
Yeah.
Sushi, stop giving us your onion.
I showed you my onion. Please respond.
Why is it so potent?
I'm gonna take it straight down to the dumpster here.
Okay.
He wanted me to get an abortion 1 year ago. Today, he posts pregnancy announcement with new girlfriend.
Oh.
He's 29, OP's 25, new girlfriend's late 20s.
Damn, you took it straight down, didn't you?
Yeah, but I figure you're gonna bring us back up on your ender here.
I'm pretty sure Neo did that also. The singer.
Was that?
I'm pretty sure he, Neo, even as an old like 2000s artist.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he did the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering my black gossip columns correctly. I'm pretty sure he had like a wife or a girlfriend and she got pregnant and I think he like coerced her into getting an abortion and then like has a baby now. Oh, trash can, throw him out.
So, as the title says, last year I got pregnant, very early in the relationship, but I loved him, and he said he loved me. However, he told me he wanted me to get an abortion and even paid for it. I thought we both weren't ready, so I agreed. When I took the pills, he had a business trip and couldn't even be by my side. There's pills?
There's different. It depends on how far along you are.
Okay. It was the worst experience of my life. I was in so much pain, bleeding and puking all night, thinking of what I've done and regretting doing that to my baby. He didn't pick up the phone because he was sleeping. The relationship lasted 6 months. 4 months later, he has a new girlfriend and is posting about her all over his Instagram. He told me his Instagram is for business and didn't want to post our pictures. Now, 1 year after my abortion, the girlfriend posted a pregnancy announcement and he looks ecstatic and in the pictures. Seems like he got pregnant early, or seems like she got pregnant early in the relationship too, as she's now 3 months along, I guess. I just can't understand why he didn't want my baby but wants hers. Do I suck and she's just amazing? I'm in so much pain. I was getting over it and this throws me 100 steps back. I know I need to unfollow him, but I keep looking for answers. Should I contact him and ask why? We didn't end on bad terms. TLDR, ex made me have an abortion. Now he's happily living with a baby. with new girlfriend, fiance, only a year after.
Like, hold her.
I know.
You know?
So
I would say don't fucking call him.
Don't call him. Don't talk to him. You are valid. You are important. He's a trash dumpster fire. That is an awful thing that happened. And it's not her fault. Oh, God.
okay. First, unfollow everything on social media.
Yes.
Second,
That's the first step.
Unfollow.
It's been a fucking year. Unfollow everything. You're not like the whole. I'm looking for answers. You're not going to find them.
No, no,
find answers.
And honestly, you're never going to find answers anywhere. Some questions just don't have answers.
Exactly. And even if you go looking for it, he's never going to give you a answer that you're gonna be happy with. It's not gonna make you happy.
Yeah, they're not closing this book.
Yeah.
You know?
If you pin him down and he goes and he answers you and he goes, you know what? I just didn't want to have a kid with you. That's not going to make you feel better.
No.
That's going to make you feel there's no answer that you're going to get.
Exactly.
You know, even if he's like, oh yeah, you know, honestly, at the time we weren't ready, but then I realized, wow, with her I was. That's not going to make you feel better either.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what he says. You're going to feel like shit.
Yes.
Right. Like you don't whatever his answer is not going to help you. It's not closure doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Also, the only silver lining is that you can see it right in front of your face. Like, thank God you did not procreate with this man.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank God you didn't.
Yes.
And I would even be questioning the validity of. She says we didn't end on bad terms, right? I would honestly be questioning the validity of all of this, because. Oh, sorry. Koji just had a little spill. He just kind of in the kitchen. He's okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is a person who got her pregnant. Then while she was going through this abortion, wasn't there for her anyway.
Didn't even pick up the phone.
Didn't pick up the phone. Did nothing for her. Right. Then they break up. It only lasted 6 months. Mm-hmm. They break up, but he's already with somebody else. This is somebody like you may think that you ended on good terms. It almost feels like he was just trying to get out of the fucking relationship, and then you were okay with it or whatever. But like this was his end, like I would extra not contact this dude. This doesn't seem like you don't need this person in your life. They're not in your life. Keep them out of your life.
That's the problem with social media these days too. Is back in the day, you could fucking break up with somebody. You didn't have to see them in your.
Never had to ever think about them.
You never had to fucking see them. You never had to deal with their shit ever again. And now these days, everybody is so connected on the internet that like even if she unfollows him, like
you get the do you know this person and you're like, oh my fucking God.
Yes.
Yeah, like getting the do you knows and it's somebody you literally blocked or you hate or whatever the fuck you muted. And it's like, yeah, I do know them and thanks for reminding me they exist. You know, like
Exactly. But not only that is, it used to be that your friend circles would like pick and now they don't pick anymore, and not only do they not pick, but now every time they see shit or reply or do anything or like a picture or something, you have to see that as well. So I say you fucking block this person. I say you remove them from fucking everything, and definitely do not fucking contact him. Do not contact him. It is not worth your fucking energy.
Health, don't look.
Your sanity, your energy. Don't fucking do it. It's not worth it.
Over. It happened. Like that is a terrible thing to happen, especially if you wanted to keep the baby. It's fucking terrible. But like it happened. You can't take it back. And thank God you did not procreate with that demon.
Yeah. And just touching on what Sam was saying too with the whole social media and her not being able to escape or whatever. Just throwing this out there. If you don't pick, I will. So, like it's, I kind of either pick or fuck off my life, and I mean that. I mean that as nicely as I can. I'm not saying like if you don't pick me, we're not going to be friends. But I do mean that because I don't want to be attached to a person who I'm not with. And if you want to like tiptoe around like, oh well, I just want to be friends with them still. Okay, that's fine. You can be friends with them, but we can't be friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not being petty. Right. I'm just saying
I'm going to make the decision for you.
Exactly. Right. So like you're not doing anybody a favor. Just don't do this tiptoe around bullshit. Either pick them. Mm-hmm. Or just pick
sometimes them. Sometimes you just have to make those decisions for your own mental clarity.
Yeah, like who are you actually friends with? Because a lot of times you're not actually friends with both people. Sometimes you might be. There are people who are actually friends with both people, but pick, because if you don't, they're going to. Like someone's going to. And it does suck how it is super hard to escape it, because even if she unfollows him, she's probably going to see some shit later on. It's just like, these circles are so tight, but regardless, you're never going to get the answers you want. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean you're just never going to get those answers. So don't look for them, because they're not there. Like, you're going to feel miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that really sucks. I really hope that she gets... I really hope that she can talk to somebody else, too, that can basically say the same thing.
And that's pretty much what, like, most of the comments are basically saying, like, unfollow, move on, like, you're not going to get the closure you want.
You don't want the answers to those questions that you seek, and that's very true. Like, it's one of those situations where literally nothing good can come from you contacting him at all. You're not going to get an answer that makes you happy. Nothing he says will make you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I'm happy. It's just not going to happen.
Nothing that's going to make it better or make you feel better. It's just going to make you feel like shit. So what's the point?
And I think there's a thing, too. It says, this is another thing somebody says, maybe he sees a future with her and never did with you. I know it sucks. I really do. I went through something similar last summer, and while I don't regret it, it's still in the back of my mind sometimes, right? And the whole thing about, like, seeing a future with somebody, sometimes people just don't see a future with somebody, but their relationship is good, and they think, like, oh, this is fine. And they're not... And it turns out that that's probably not okay. Like, you need to be able to like look forward in the future with somebody. Sometimes people don't realize that, and so not like defending this dude or whatever, but it is a scenario where he might not have seen a relationship with you. He liked you in the moment. He loved you in the moment.
Dating her for fun, maybe, and it got a little too
you guys
intense.
were,
I mean, if that's the case, if you're just dating around for fun, put a fucking condom on.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's what another person said. He managed to get 2 different women pregnant in less than a year, presumably accidentally. Right. He clearly doesn't care about the physical or emotional consequences for the women he impregnates.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too.
And that could be very true as well.
Yeah, so
like, you can casually date. That's your right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Put a condom on.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to make it permanent.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, but the whole like searching for answers, they're not there.
Yeah.
Her account's actually deleted, so I
hope she got something out of.
Yeah, I hope she did too.
But there's a lot of good responses on the thread, so hopefully she saw these responses and kind of helped her realize, because that sucks. But what you got for us, Sushi?
Buy her a glass of wine or whiskey or something, but
Yeah.
All right. This one's also kid adjacent, but it's different. I want kids, but think my husband lied to me about wanting them. Yep. I've wanted kids since I could remember, and I've always talked about wanting kids. As I got older and I started to date seriously, I knew it would be important to let the guy know that it was something I wanted. Previously, I'd broken up with guys because they didn't want any, and that was fine. We were honest with each other. Fast forward to when I started hanging out with my husband back then as friends. When he showed interest, I told him straight up, don't date me if you don't want kids. He told me he did want them, maybe 1 or 2. We dated a few years and got engaged. I'd mentioned kids again, and he said he didn't want them right away. And I actually agreed with him and said I wanted our time first to be married and get settled. But I didn't want to wait until we were too old. We were 30 and 31 at that time, and they are 35 and 36 now. I just skipped over the ages.
Okay.
So it's been a few years.
Okay.
We'd moved a couple times and moved away from family because he wanted to start a new career. And I left my job to go with him and start a new job in a new city. Whenever I ask about trying for a kid now, he just says excuses. They used to be, he didn't want to raise them here. He wants to have a stable job here. We're never going to have fun again. Oh, God, that's gross. We've been married coming up on 5 years now, together for 8.5. And I think he lied from the beginning. I'm not willing to give up wanting kids, and I don't want to push him to have kids if that's not what he wants. But I don't understand why he didn't say that a long time ago. That's taking away one of my dreams that I've wanted forever. I just don't know what to do. So many of my friends have said to leave. It's just not that easy. If you comment, no need to be rude. I just want opinions. It sounds like he probably wasn't sure and doesn't want kids now. And you're 35, ma'am. So you either need to freeze your eggs, because then it doesn't really matter if you freeze your eggs, or leave. Those are really your only two options.
Yeah.
Or both. Freeze your eggs and leave because you're 35 now and your viable eggs are really pumping out.
I mean, so in my opinion, honestly, she just needs to sit him down and say, "Yo, what's the deal here? Do you still want them? And if so, is it just that you're worried about like not being prepared financially? Is it the area? Is it this? Is it that? Because I mean, it honestly could be. It could be him going, maybe we really don't have. I see my friends struggling with money once they have kids. Maybe, maybe we aren't financially stable enough to have kids.
Then you need to come up with a plan as to how to get there.
Yeah. If you really do, honestly, we say this every fucking time, but you just need to fucking talk to him and make it a serious conversation. Like, look, you need to be fucking straight with me. You need to tell me, do you want to have children? Because my eggs are dying.
There's a great comment. It's definitely like nails what Sam just said. He may have wanted them back then and has since changed his mind. He might not necessarily be lying in that regard. However, this does fundamentally change things for you. There's no way to compromise in this. You either do or don't have kids, and it would be wrong to try to force him if he doesn't want to. Yeah. So it's a deep, serious discussion time. You need to 100% know where he stands on this issue right now, because you'll have decisions to make. And if he's against kids now and you're dead set on having them, then you need to leave and start looking for someone who actually is compatible with you before you run out of time. Have the discussion and don't accept deflection type responses. If he still wants to but not yet, then you need to know exactly why not yet and exactly when he'll be ready. Don't let him string you along. And exactly what Sam said, I think that's the best fucking comment and the best form of advice. Like, you have to talk, as uncomfortable as it is.
And there's always foster care. There's always adoption as well. So, maybe he, whatever, maybe y'all can work that out as well, because, your eggs are not the only option if you want to have children.
You're right.
There's
You're
also,
right. It sounds like she wants her own biological children.
We do live in fucking 2021. You can not easily, but you can definitely be a single mother raising kids with your biological kid, get a sperm donor. You can definitely do that. Even if you guys break up, that's an option. I mean, like,
it is an option.
It's not going to be easy, but it can still be the option that's worthwhile to you, because
if that is truly something that you want.
If that's something that you want, it's going to cost money, but if it's something you want, that's an option you have. Like, just, you have options, but that's definitely a huge fucking discussion. Like, the problem is with that kind of stuff too, with what he's saying, is it sounds like he hasn't really grown up. The whole idea of like, we're not going to have fun and all this. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like,
well, is that what he said in the beginning, or is that what he's saying now?
He's still saying it now.
He's still saying it?
When we have kids, we're not going to have fun anymore. Like, what do you, like, I go to bed at 8 o'clock. What are you talking about? We're old now.
AM, but I mean, still 8 o'clock.
Right. But we're still like, even if our sleep schedule wasn't reverse vampire situation, we're still not like the going out and partying type.
Yeah, exactly.
None of us are.
We get up, we do the things we need to do, and we go back to bed. Like, we just do it weird times.
I'm like, oh, well, that was a full day,
Waking up at the crack of 6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. Gotta wash the dishes.
Time to start this night. Yeah.
What fun are you talking about, sir? What fun? Nothing is fun anymore.
That makes me think he still has an immature mindset. If that's his concerns, because I can understand having concerns, global pandemic and all that. I'm worried about getting you pregnant right now. I can't go to the hospital because I can't be there.
Okay, and that's fair.
That's a different conversation.
There's a fucking pandemic going on. I don't want to knock you up. It's fucking weird. Like, I won't be able to be in a delivery room. Like, it's gonna be straight. Okay, that's cool. But like, once it's over, what's the plan?
What's the goal? Yeah. Like, and that's the big thing too. Like, if you need to look into his reasoning as to why he doesn't have kids. If his reasoning is, we can't have fun, then this is a different conversation.
Yeah.
And what is fun to you? Like, what does that mean?
And that's just it. You think, okay, like,
what are we doing?
Like, and I mean, like, it's funny because I'm thinking about your comment on Twitter, Sushie, about I saw the kids thing. What was it? There's a tweet going around about like, oh, babies are so cute, and you know what tweet I'm talking about, right? Like,
No, but I probably said something nasty about kids.
No. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure. I thought you commented on it or liked it or something. I thought that's how I saw it. But there's a tweet going around like, oh yeah, kids are so cute. We should all want kids. But basically, it's like the retweet is like, hey, you know, this is a big responsibility. You know, there's a lot more than just they're cute going on.
Oh yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Like people treat them like dolls and like dress them like, look how cute kids are. Like, yeah, kids are cute. Like your biological response because of the chemicals that they pump out is supposed to make you feel weird, like warm feelings, so you take care of them. But they're really a huge responsibility.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
because you think they're cute, they're not puppies.
Yeah, but with that same thing, it's like it's this weird thing where like. I feel like dudes like this guy who are like, can't have fun, don't seem to realize like, yeah, but kids that they can be fun, dude. Like, do you not see like people have fun with their kids? It's not just like, the chore of raising a child. Like if that's your mindset, then you shouldn't be having kids, period, ever. You know,
right.
Like it's okay.
You're right.
It is 100% okay to not want kids. That's fine. It's okay to not want kids. They're not for everybody. That's cool. But if
but like honestly, seeing things that you've seen a million times through the eyes of a kid is actually pretty fun. As like bitter and cold-hearted as I am, if you bring like a little kid to like a museum that you've been to a million times and they see a dinosaur for the first time, that shit's lit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like think about when you really enjoy something and you show it to like your spouse or your friend. You're really happy for them to experience a thing, but you get to see that all the time now. Because kids are experiencing all these new things and so you're gonna be happy seeing that, like presumably if you're not a terrible parent, like so
but like you know you can still have fun, but as a family.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's called family fun.
Yeah, it's a different type of fun, but like this whole idea of fun, dude. If you're in your 30s,
what are you doing? Are you going to like Leonard Skinner concerts all the time? Like where are you going?
No one wants to have fun with you, Steve. Jesus Christ.
I have to go get beers with the bros.
And the bros are like 23.
What are you doing?
And the bros are like 23 years old. Like
we get
We're doing Jaeger bombs in the bar. Like, what is it?
Man,
that you think is fun?
Steve, you were so cool as a second string quarterback in high school, but you're 45 now. It's time to grow up.
Grow up.
Okay,
and stop
Scott.
stringing women along.
Okay, Scott. You ready to get messy?
Yeah.
Yes, baby. Let's
Mine
go.
is messy, and
End us off, Sam.
I've had this one in my back pocket for like 3 weeks now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Drop it like it's hot.
I'll read the ages in a second. Okay. I and my ex-girlfriend's husband bonded over her cheating on us, and I think I might be in love with him.
Oh.
So, OP, 25 male.
On us. There's a lot going on.
Hold on. Okay, so are they both ex-husbands or are they both, hold up. Repeat the title.
So the OP is 25 male and he says straight.
In quotes.
In quotes. Ex-girlfriend, 41 female. Husband, 37 male, straight, question mark.
Okay, so
I think they're like a Brokeback Mountain situation.
So it seems like, from what I'm gathering, this overly fucking old woman, because
Whoa.
I'm saying she's too old because she's 41 for 25.
She is not old.
So she's married to a 37-year-old man.
You know, if you'd let me read the story, I could tell you.
But I'm just, I know, but I'm trying to piece together the title.
We're really picking apart this title. We're really into it.
I and my ex-girlfriend's husband bonded over her cheating on us, and I think I might be in love with him. Okay. Throw away because I don't want any of my IRL friends seeing this yet. I know this sounds straight out of a movie or something, but I didn't know where else to go for advice without, quote, outing myself. I never really questioned my sexuality, like ever. It wasn't something I really thought about because I had honestly never been attracted to guys at all. I'm a proud ally, really, but I never thought I was part of the community. When I was 23, I began working at a fairly large advertising agency. I was put in a team with about 25 to 30 people. Candy, fake name.
That's the name you're choosing, a fake name?
That's the name you picked?
That's a stripper name.
That's a stripper name. Candy was a part of my team. She wasn't my boss, but was in a much higher position. I knew I had always had a thing for older women. She was kind of the epitome of that fantasy, like very typically beautiful blonde hair, big boobs. She was the one who began flirting, and I obviously didn't mind at all. One day, I decided to just go for it and ask her if she would come over for dinner. She agreed. We had sex and began a, quote, relationship. It was mostly purely sexual. We didn't spend a lot of time in getting to know each other and stuff. I guess I didn't know her at all because she managed to never mention that she was married. I would never fully sleep with a married woman.
Willingly.
Willingly.
Oh, I'll half sleep with him.
I would never willingly.
Just fully sleep. Like, is that like a just a tip situation? Like, what does that mean?
I would never willingly sleep with a married woman. That goes against my morals, truly. The only reason I found out was because her husband had come home once when we were in the middle of making out. That was the first time I saw him. Let's call him Strawberry. This guy kills me. Strawberry is really beautiful, like inexpressible levels of handsome. I felt floored the first time I saw him. I distinctly remember thinking that he was prettier than any woman I had ever seen. They had begun a loud argument, obviously, and it was embarrassing because all I could do was stare at him the whole time.
That's a vampire.
She'd kicked me out while begging him to not get a divorce. I wished he would. For most of the time after that, nothing really happened. I ended it with her over a text a few hours later and ignored her at work. She resigned sometime later. Still, I felt fairly guilty. He probably loved her, and playing a part and ruining that did not sit right with me. So a few days later, I went over to their house in hopes that he would be there and not her. He was upset to see me, I could tell, but I told him I just wanted to apologize. And so we went inside the house and we talked for a very long time. She hadn't been a good wife for a long time. A lot of lying, manipulation, distance, and more possible cheating. Apparently, he wanted to end it a long time ago. That made me feel better. We ended up talking for a really long time about things I don't really remember. I left and wished him good luck for the divorce. Okay. The next time he contacted me was about a month later by a text. He got my number from Candy, told me he enjoyed my company. I asked him how he was doing and called him over to my place. I thought it would be awkward in my tiny apartment with not much to entertain ourselves with, but it wasn't. He was so fun to talk to. We drank beers and hung out on the couch until we fell asleep. He and I became scarily close in the last year, especially because I was with him throughout the whole divorce process. I actually moved into his house when the pandemic hit and he found out I was immunocompromised. He offered to let me stay so I wouldn't have to step out. A lot of my friends had offered, but I went to stay with him. The dilemma begins for me here. I've never liked a man. I don't know what it's like and if it's different. I grew up in a liberal household, but to actually experience these feelings is a lot more different. When I liked girls, it was like butterflies in my stomach. But with him, it's like a hurricane that makes me feel like I'll burst if I don't kiss him. I want to protect him from his ex-wife. She still tries to contact him and any other thing that even tries to hurt him. And I want to make him laugh and smile, and I want myself to be the only thing on his mind. I tried watching gay porn. I didn't really feel attracted or any different, but I imagined him and I in that video, and that I'll spare the dirty details, but it's not something that I can get off my mind. So I imagined him if he were like a woman. I don't like that image either. And beyond his looks, he himself is such a kind and giving person. Just one of those people who actually care about things beyond themselves. I feel like he makes me a better human. So how is it possible that my sexuality bends for just one guy? I didn't know it was something that could happen. His birthday is in a week, and I wanted to write out this post because I want to take him out on a date. I don't know if he likes men. He's effeminate and often expresses his love for certain male actors. And I know that doesn't mean that he's into men, but I'm really clinging on to any chance right now. I know he cares for me. Maybe it's how he usually behaves with his friends, but the tenderness and the way he takes care of me is in a way that no male friend has ever done before. And I know he won't willingly hurt me, but a lot of friendships don't survive romantic feelings. I can't really know if it'll be worth it to jeopardize my friendship with him over the way I feel, but I guess if he doesn't feel the same, I want to be prepared for his reaction. How would a middle-aged man react if his male friend tells him he likes him? He's just gotten out of a marriage of 5 years. How will he feel about dating? I'm afraid that I will put him in a position where he isn't ready for a relationship. How can I let him know that I want him to be comfortable, and that this is about him and not me. Sometimes I fear that he still resents me for ruining his marriage. I know it's stupid that I'm asking for advice, but about what seems like a does my crush like me case. But there's just so many other factors to consider here. I hadn't talked to anyone else about it, so getting it off my chest also feels really great. This man lives in his house. I think he likes you.
Right.
He literally invited you.
We need to get down
live
to
with
like,
him.
do they like physically like each other?
Okay, so one, just in the TLDR, says, wondering if I asking a guy whose marriage I ruined. You didn't ruin the marriage. She ruined the marriage.
She ruined the marriage, right?
So
yeah.
just to get that out there.
Yeah.
She ruined the marriage.
Yeah.
It sounds like she'd already been in the process of ruining the marriage.
He didn't know that she was married. He didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's a legitimate thing.
yeah,
If that's true,
Yeah.
we're gonna go with what
Yeah.
he's saying that that's true.
yeah, you didn't know. You didn't ruin the marriage.
Right.
So
You're welcome.
So it sounds like the OP might have just realized he's pansexual.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That's what I was thinking.
which one? What
Yeah.
pan again? Is that everything? Wait,
It's everything, but also nothing. It's more like you fall for the person and not necessarily their gender.
oh, okay.
And it's
It's like a you love
Yeah.
love sort of thing.
yeah, I guess.
Like you fall for their
It's
emotions.
like it's not quite being bisexual because it's like it could be non-gendered,
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah,
just-
Just it's the truly all-encompassing everything as opposed to just
Yeah.
Okay.
one or the other. It's not like black or white.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I don't even know where to begin on that. Like, I mean, I think because I can understand the worry because there's always the worry of going, oh shit, I like this person. That's a worry everybody has. It doesn't matter if you're
Right.
gay, straight, or anything. Like that's a worry because nobody wants to jeopardize in a relationship they already have. If that relationship's a friendship or anything, like there's that fear that because like you said, like if you bring this up, even if they go, hey, I'm not into you like that, and you go, hey, okay, cool. It can still lead to the friendship falling apart because now they might distance themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that fear, but like this dude had you move in with him.
Right. There's
So-
probably already a little bit of tension. Like maybe the person isn't ready to acknowledge those feelings about himself. He might be going through the same thing. Like, oh, maybe, but we don't really know about this person. But I'm just going to assume that maybe he didn't realize that he could possibly have feelings for a man also. And that's a lot of stuff to like go through,
Yeah.
especially at a later age, you know?
But that's also
so you have to get there.
That's
but-
also a thing too. Is
He literally asked his ex-wife for this dude's phone number.
Yeah, that's the thing. And right.
Like,
so
he-
there's
he
something
was
that maybe
contacting
they're
him
not
first.
acknowledging
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
But I have to point this out because we'd be hypocrites if we did not. This man is also 37 and he's 25. That's like
Yeah, that's worrisome. That is worrisome.
because we
in general.
can't call her out for being 41 going after this 25-year-old dude.
Right.
But then a
It's still
37-year-old
worrisome that
man goes
he is
after him too.
Quite a bit older.
Like
yeah.
that's a big fucking age gap.
Yeah.
And it's like 25, you're there, you're fully formed, but you're 25 and that's 37.
Yeah, he could just be really like excited that this 37-year-old man has like matching towels, like it could just, it may not even be anything about that. It could just be like, wow, you have your shit together.
Well, and
that's because of the age difference.
Yeah.
yeah, and just with that kind of thing, it's like like it's a weird thing because like it's you can't call people out on like this person's too old for them and then make an exception if it's they're gay this time though because this person's still a lot older than you.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I think
I agree with that.
age-wise, it's definitely a little fucking weird. Like you should, if you're 37, maybe you shouldn't be preying on a 25-year-old. But
Right. But
this is a
we're here now.
25-year-old. Yeah, we're here now, and they're going to do what they're going to fucking do is the thing. But like, I don't know how you approach that because like, there is also the added factor of we're in a pandemic, and if it takes it the wrong way and tries to kick you out, what the fuck do you do?
Like, where are you gonna go?
Well, he did
Yeah.
say he had friends that he could live with technically, and he chose this person. I mean, but at the same time, who in their fucking right mind finds out that their wife is cheating on them and then texts the person that did it? So I'm just saying, with that, there's no fucking way that this guy, whether he wants to admit it or not, doesn't not like you. You know, like, he has to like you a little bit, or he wouldn't fucking texted you. Because you're the one who, you caught him with your wife, and you're like, text that guy later
He
on.
invited you into his home, and you apologized, but then y'all started talking about other things.
Yeah.
And so there has to be some type of, they seem to have bonded over this a little bit, you know. There's definitely a friendship that formed.
Yeah.
I think, man.
I'm worried about the trauma bond too, though.
Oh, that's very true.
Because
that's very, very true.
They went through a traumatic experience together. So there's a lot of things that we have to like unpack before we're ready to say, I'm in love with another man. Like, it could be a trauma bond also.
Yeah, I was gonna say the thing about the trauma. Like, that's definitely a thing that, like, because that's a big deal. But at the same time, that's not always the case either.
No, it's not. But there's just so many like layers to this story that we, you know, to give good solid advice, I feel like I would just need to know more about the other person.
Yeah, I was digging into it, trying to get more information, but it's removed. So
just the fact that you were like, let's call him Strawberry. I'm not even gonna give him a name. I'm gonna make him the best fruit. The best sweet fruit.
No, it's not the best fruit.
Yes, it is.
There are much better fruits than strawberries.
Chill.
I don't really have an opinion on fruit. I don't really like fruit.
It's because you fucking in New York. You need to come out here and eat a Marionberry.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
A what?
A Marionberry.
Oh no.
The fuck is that?
Oh
AJ?
no. You really done it now.
It is the ultimate super berry. At one point,
A super berry? I hate you. Cut the recording.
At one point, I looked up like the genetic makeup of Marionberry because it's like all these different berries have been crossbred. Like, you got fucking like all sorts of berries to make a Marionberry. All right, I'll send you a picture
What are
later
the
on.
components of a Marionberry?
Oh, it's wild. It's fucking wild.
What is wrong with you?
Listen, Marionberries are great.
Have you had one, Sam?
Yes, I have.
And what'd you think?
They were
Are they
nice.
better than strawberries?
No.
Look at it. So here's what you do. You take a raspberry and a blackberry. You mix that, you get a Loganberry. And then you take a blackberry.
That doesn't sound good.
But wait, let me get
Okay.
This gets more complicated. You take a blackberry and a dewberry and you mix that and you get a youngberry, right?
I don't know what a dewberry is.
You mix a youngberry and a loganberry, and you get a lollyberry, right? But then you go back up and you mix a loganberry with a Pacific blackberry, right? And you get a santiam berry, which you mix with a Himalayan blackberry, which you get a Chelaham berry. You take that Chelaham berry and you mix that with a lily berry, and you get a Marionberry.
I'm literally gonna puke.
All right, so
In the island of Dr. Moreau bullshit is this. Humans are the ultimate problem. We need to be exterminated.
now here's the thing. Apparently, if you mix a Marionberry with a boysenberry, you get a Sylvanberry. And I'm kind of like,
you need to stop. You need to stop. This needs to be ended.
No.
This is
End our species. This is why we will not win.
Whenever we go,
The aliens are going to win. The aliens are going to win our fight because we're crossbreeding fucking
like
15 berries to make a super berry.
Whenever we go and get like a dessert, if there's something with Marionberry, he's like, "Oh my god, we gotta try it. We gotta try this Marionberry. Oh my god, they have he has a fucking problem."
look at that picture I sent you and tell me that's not like, look at that.
She's not gonna like.
Now Oregon invented this berry.
Oh my god.
Do you see how much work goes into making these Marionberries?
Can you make a video? About it?
Marionberry pedigree. Exterminate aliens, please. I know you can hear me. Take me out. I can't live here anymore.
What's this duke?
There's a pedigree.
What's this duke grows in the Katoto blackberry?
I don't know. I don't know what duck is.
Larry Duke has objected.
I don't know.
Duke.
It's a farmer. That's his name.
Oh, Larry Duke.
So
You have to do the utmost to make a Marionberry, and that's not even the final form. That's not the final Pokemon.
I know.
The Sylvanberry is the berry that beats them all.
I know, and I want to try a Sylvanberry now. Like, oh my god, Sylvanberry lemonade.
No.
Oh my god, it's
I
got
can't.
all those
I
berries
fucking hate
bursting
it
in your
here.
mouth. So
No.
if I ever write a post and I call somebody Marionberry in it, I guess you got to be worried.
Oh my god.
So I was hanging out with this person. We'll call him Marion Barry.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's AJ. AJ, why are you on Reddit?
Oh my god.
I do think it's funny that the names he picked were Strawberry and Candy. Like,
Yep, those are very not straight names.
that's another thing too. Yeah.
Sir, you might be gay.
Oh.
Upon further inspection, you might be gay. That's where your brain went to.
When it comes to real actual advice, I think the best thing you could actually do though would be to literally talk to this person. Do not fucking make a move on somebody
No.
without confirmation
Yeah.
of any sort.
Yeah.
No.
Because that
There's a lot of emotions that are firing.
Yeah.
that will
Yes.
tank everything ever if you make a move.
Yeah.
So do not make a move.
Yeah.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good idea.
But this is a super, super long podcast.
It is.
So
we're going for a while.
we're gonna wrap it up here. All of you need to try Marion berries.
Okay. I won't, but
Do you have World
I'll
Market
pretend I
out
did.
there, Sushi? Do you have a
Oh
World
my
Market?
God.
do we have what?
Do you have a World Market out there?
No.
God damn it.
Just
Because if you go to World Market, you can buy Marion berry jam. I'm just
Do they have it at Whole Foods?
I don't know.
might.
They might. We'll get you
Maybe.
some Marion berry lemonade when you come out here.
Okay, I guess. If you present it to me, I will.
We'll get you to.
probably try
We're gonna
it.
get you on this Marion berry train.
oh man, I bet
Okay.
an
Could
alcoholic
we have-
lemonade with Marionberry would be good.
See, that's how.
And with a hot dog potato combo.
Yeah. The official fucking meal of everyone sucks here.
What if we do like a YouTube
no.
video of like all the stupid food things we talk
Okay,
about
but if
and
we
like
do
make
that,
it?
we have to get the soup tube guy.
Or no, we don't have to get the guy. We like whenever we make soup, we run it through tubes first.
Run it through the fucking
Just so it's
faucet.
authentic.
Oh my god! How we just get some PVC pipe and we just make some little fucking soup tubes to like make our. Oh my god! It's all
I
coming
have
together.
not had enough coffee for you today.
I know. I need more coffee to deal with this.
I got so many videos to show you, Sushi. So many videos.
We're gonna cap our data again.
God.
Data cap.
I have
here
a
we
data
come.
cap, AJ. I have a data cap. I can't.
10
We
cents
don't
a day.
have those rollover minutes.
We need to cash in those rollover minutes.
I can't look at these videos anymore.
Oh my god, what a mess. If
I know.
we're gonna just okay, we'll see you guys next
We're
week.
gonna end it. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Do those things.
Do those things. Follow us.
Do it all.